Yo! What's up, my guys? It's your boy Curry back at it again. This is a follow-up to my last video, which got deleted. If you want to check it out, I've uploaded it on Odyssey, the link's in the description. Don't mind the visuals in this video, I couldn't use the old ones. So here we go again. When I was 16, mobile phones weren't as common, and the internet wasn't as widely available. I joined a class to prepare for my board exams. Around that age, people start experiencing new emotions, and I was no different. On the first day of class, I saw a girl. She had long, dark brown wavy hair, pale skin with pinkish undertones, and a great figure. Seeing her, something changed within me. I felt excitement, joy, and my heart beating faster. It was a completely new feeling for me, and I didn't quite understand it. Since I had grown up watching movies that romanticized the idea of one true love, I thought that maybe I had found mine. She happened to be friends with one of my friends, so we were in the same social circle. I was shy, so I never spoke to her, but my interest in her was probably obvious. She was also a quiet girl, which made me think that maybe it was fate, that we were meant to be. Just seeing her every day made me happy, and before I knew it, a whole year had passed. As our exams approached, the classes were coming to an end. I kept hoping something significant would happen between us. Then, one day, it was her birthday. She wore a pink dress that might have looked childish on someone else, but on her, it seemed perfect. I decided I would finally gather the courage to wish her a happy birthday. Just saying those two words felt like a huge step for me. The moment came. Our eyes met for the first time, something that had never happened before, since she usually looked down whenever she was around me. Just as I was about to speak, a deep, confident voice cut through the air. "Hey!" It was Mr. Chad. Mr. Chad looked like he had walked straight out of a fashion magazine, tall, broad-shouldered, and built like a model. His face was sharp, well-defined, and effortlessly attractive. With one swift movement, he stepped in close, almost into her personal space. He looked at her and said, "You look good today. Nice dress." In that moment, my brain was processing everything at an almost superhuman level. It felt like time had slowed down, and I was noticing every tiny detail in slow motion. As Mr. Chad spoke, I saw her reaction unfold in real time. Her eyes widened with excitement, her face lit up with joy, and her lips parted slightly as if she was momentarily breathless. She leaned in closer to him, almost drawn in like a magnet. They were standing too close, almost at kissing distance. For a few seconds, she didn't even respond, just stared into his eyes as if she was under a spell. Then, in a tone I had never heard from her before, soft, almost teasing, she finally spoke.
"Thank you."
It wasn't just a simple thank you. It was as if she was inviting more. From the side, Mr. Chad's friends chimed in. "She wants you, bro." To which Chad casually replied, "I'm not interested." Then he smirked and joked, "She's not that good looking." After that, he turned back to her, almost as an afterthought, and said, "Oh, I forgot. Happy birthday." And then, just like that, he walked away. I snapped back to reality as the guys started teasing her, repeating what Mr. Chad had said about her looks. I thought she would be embarrassed by how she had reacted. But when I looked at her, she had no expression on her face. She was staring directly at me, as if waiting for me to wish her. My mind was too dizzy, still struggling to process what had just happened. My body moved on its own. I turned around and walked out of the room. All the energy had left my body. I felt drained, empty. I walked home and went straight to bed, sleeping for hours. When I woke up, I had only one thought. I didn't want to see her ever again. So I quit the classes. I told my family that the class was over. I couldn't bring myself to study at all. A few months later, the class called my home, saying there were extra tests scheduled, so I had to go. Luckily, I didn't see her there because the tests were done in batches. On the last day, though, I saw her from a distance. Without hesitation, I turned around and walked out quietly. A few months later, exams were over, and college had started. I had to commute by train. One day, I ran into my friend, the one I mentioned earlier. On the same day, I saw her at the station. She was looking straight at me. My friend noticed her and walked over to talk to her. I stayed where I was. Even while talking to him, her eyes remained fixed on me, angry, glaring. I turned my head in the opposite direction. When my friend returned, maybe he had noticed something. He asked, "Did you have something going on with her? You should have talked to her just now." For a moment, the thought crossed my mind, maybe I should say something. Maybe I should apologize or ask for her contact information. But when I looked back to where she had been standing, she was gone. I took it as a divine sign and didn't go chasing after her. That was the last time I ever saw her. Since then, I've never liked another girl again. I just can't. The idea of love shattered for me that day, and I've accepted it.